I was in the Marine Corps a while ago. It was like, what, 4 years ago has already passed, I think, since I was in there. Actually, I'm coming up to my 5th year. So, I'm a huge fan of violence, nonsense like that, war. That is my kind of shtick. But my favorite kind of war is love. Oh yeah, I definitely love the brutality that love makes some people go into. So that is why this month we're going to be doing Kaguya-sama Love is War for Anime of the Month. This is a series I've been wanting to do for quite a while, so it feels actually pretty good that we're going to be diving right on into this finally. And also it's a pretty good series for the newbie people who want to get into anime this year, so why not? Hey everyone, what's up? I am C2B Emotionless, you can call me Savage, and welcome to 3 Reasons to Watch Kaguya-sama Love is War Intro Activate. Okay, before I get started, let me just remind you guys to please be sure to smash that like button. It would help out a lot and it would make me feel pretty darn good on the inside. And nothing really ever makes me feel good on the inside, so go do that, please. That being said, to start things off in regards to this series on why you should definitely check this out is, it is a solid romance story. Now, my issue or gripes I tend to have with a lot of romance is it's filled with a bunch of sappy nonsense that no one would really do and is not really that believable. It tends to just kind of be stuff that we know girls would definitely like and sometimes the boys would definitely be down for. Now, mind you, there's still a lot of nonsense that does occur in this series that no one could do unless they had the funds to do this, but whatever, it's at least mainly used for comedic effect rather than it being something that, like, why don't guys do this? Like, it's not that hard, but let's be real, no one's doing this, sweetie. So, I do appreciate the fact that this series is a little bit different in regards to the romantic tropes. Rather than it being a story about, one guy likes a girl and that girl also likes him, but neither know, and, they're trying their darnest to, basically show their affection for one another. It is entirely that story, but it's done differently and made into a psychological warfare between the two because both of them are geniuses. They're both morons, but they are definitely geniuses. Also, it has a great romantic element with other characters with their own love lives and such as that, which, first of all, appreciate, where you actually root for those characters that are involved in their own individual love story, or maybe their own home issues, their relationships with their friends, not all being romantic and whatnot. And I do find that very, very enjoyable. That being said, speaking of characters, I enjoy the entire cast of this series. Yes, that is reason number 2, by the way, if you haven't figured out. That was such a ultra smooth segue, if I do say so myself. Yeah, actually, that was the next reason. Huh. Look at that. I was kind of BSing with that, but whatever. Another thing that I have an issue with when it comes to a lot of romance, anime, manga, such as that, is there are some times and some moments where the side and support characters are they don't have their own lives really. We kind of mainly follow the main couple that is interested in each other, and that is kind of it. And all the side and support characters do is side and support character things where they're just helping their friends be able to move forward with their love so they can achieve their goals of making the other woo for one another. But instead, they all have their own individual lives, issues, and ambitions, which is something I find enjoyable. Even Chika, if you actually pick up on the manga more so, she actually does have her own ambitions and stuff like that. That is a little bit more noted than you would expect in the anime, TBH. But that's not to chop her down, but even she has some type of ambition. It's just that in anime they don't really show it that much. You kind of get like just a sprinkled bit of it, but whatever. You have Yu Ishigami, who has social awkward issues alongside with Miko Ino. Then we have best girl Maki Shijo. One of these days I'll talk about her, but you have all of these characters who are actually seen even in season 1 that doesn't have a single bit of dialogue until season 3, and you either will love them or you're gonna love them. That's just how it is. And I do thoroughly enjoy that kind of portion of the series. I'm just happy that when we have side characters and support characters, their lives don't just revolve around the main characters. They have their own things going on, and we do follow them as well. And I just find that enjoyable. Usually whenever I read a manga or I'm watching anime, I kind of care about side characters a little bit more, simply because I know and I'm guaranteed that we're going to be following the main cast and their issues. But I like to see what's going on with the side characters, because they tell just enough information where you kind of care, but they take away information where it makes you want more from them. So I do highly enjoy that. They actually did such a good job that I am actually hoping that the author for this series actually does pick up and continue the story of Miko Ino and Yu Ishigami. They basically kind of hinted that they're going to continue the story, but who knows? That's TBD. I do know he's actually currently working on another series that's still ongoing, but whatever. What was up next? The comedy is actually just pure gold. And the reason why I find the comedy so hilarious is because, first of all, we're following high schoolers. If you know anything about high schoolers, this is basically the most insecure a person will ever be in their life. And they're goofy, and they're also very relatable. So because we're following high schoolers, there's a lot of opportunity for relatable moments and just things that are way more funnier, and we're dealing with stuff that we may have dealt with in our past that is way embarrassing to talk about, and we just cringe alongside with them. It hurts, but it feels good to know that someone understands the pain that we go through. And now, mind you, I do have my gripes also with like romance inside of a school environment to an extent, even though most I read and watch are in those environments. My gripes being that I just think that is an excuse for the author to kind of have like I find it somewhat lazy, as in like, it's just, it's cool because I don't have to draw a unique outfit. They all wear the same outfit. Really easy to remember, but that's beside the point. I do think that the fact that we are following high schoolers, teenager youth, and all of that, it just feels reminiscent of my youth looking at this and relating to in a certain extent. And some of those things I relate to even as an adult, and I just found very humorous to see it now being animated basically over in the island that is known as Japan basically. And I think that overall the comedy, that the way they deliver every joke, every bit of humor, they know when to deliver this humor as well. I just found it overall very enjoyable, and I think almost anyone could actually enjoy this series in regards to the comedy alone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk, and please join me again next week for when I do 3 reasons not to watch Kaguya-sama Love is War. That being said, I'm saying this right now because every time I make these kind of videos where I say not to watch, people then think that I absolutely hate that show. No, I love this show, and I'm just doing 3 reasons not to watch for the people that, the reasons I list off, they just might not be for them. So, it is what it is. I'm just trying to be fair to the jabronis that don't like this show. I actually don't know anyone that doesn't like this show. It'll be very weird if I meet someone like that, but whatever. Anyway, I'll see you guys again next week. Oh, also, please ring the notification bell. That'd be nice of you. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.